Kai, blinking in awe, found himself looking up into the gaze of a metallic white tiger. The tiger, whose white fur was as realistically hair-like as Freddy's, wore white leather bell-bottomed pants, studded with gold baubles. The baubles looked like they were dancing and twirling. A gold medallion hung around the tiger's neck.
"Hi there, Kai,"
Tiger Rock said.
"Tiger Rock at your service."
Tiger Rock pumped Kai's hand up and down several times, much longer than was normal for a handshake. Kai finally snatched his hand back. With his other hand, he casually rubbed his shoulder. Tiger Rock flashed a wide mouthful of teeth at Kai.
"It's super great to meet you, Kai. Aloha Hawi Nala."
Kai nodded, surprised by the animatronic tiger's knowledge.
Hello to you too. You speak Hawaiian?
Tiger Rock winked.
"I know a lot of things."
That's impressive.
Kai said.
Even my friends don't know any Hawaiian.
"Oh, I love learning.
Tiger Rock said.
I'll learn everything I can."
He leaned down and cocked his head.
"It's all in how you pay attention and take in what you see and hear."
Howdy, hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of Yankee Asbear's Discussion Den. I'm Yankee Asbear, and today we'll be talking about Help Wanted 2. The game is right on the horizon. For me, it's coming out tomorrow, so yes, I am making this video very late, but I wanted to get this out nonetheless. The main reason being, I don't see many people going over the different predictions they have for this game, and I wanted to predict what I think is going to happen in this game based on the gameplay trailers and some of the Sony blog posts, and I thought it would be a cool video. Is Tiger Rock going to make an appearance? Is Henry Emily going to make his iconic speech? All that and more upcoming. First theories first, I wanted to talk about what Help Wanted 2 is. What is it? Is it a game? Is it something else? That's what I want to dive into first. On both the Steam page and PlayStation Store page of Help Wanted 2, there's a very specific description given of what this experience may be. And I quote, "Find out if you have what it takes to be a Fazbear Entertainment superstar. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2 is the sequel to the terrifying VR experience that brought new life to the iconic horror franchise. As a brand new Fazbear employee, you'll have to prove what it takes to excel in all aspects of pizzeria management and maintenance." End quote. So, we're a Fazbear employee. And that's not all. In the PlayStation blog post given to us by Steelwool themselves, the description of a certain section of the game stands out to me. Hop over to the counter at El Chips and get the federally mandated amount of value preparing food in the Pizzaplex. While it's hard not to question what the nacho cheese is made of, it's even harder to keep up with the near-endless combinations of possible orders during the dinner rush. Remember, the STAFF bots serving orders do not need to sleep, eat, or stop, ever. So don't get distracted wondering why you're the only human employee left. Only human employee left? Only human employee left? What does this mean? Well, my friends, this is where I come in to maybe possibly tell you what it could mean. This may mean that Vanny has already been taken control of by the Mimic. That Vanny is already running around trying to get rid of the other employees. If all the other human employees are gone, replaced by staff bots, does that mean whatever cake was being served in the basement had already been served? And the question is, why are we only just now entering the Pizzaplex as a new employee? Who are we to be doing this? And the only conclusions I could come up with is we're either a new character altogether, or we are Cassie's dad. After all, we know for a fact that Cassie's dad was a Fazbear employee, and that he was definitely a Fazbear employee while the Foxy ride was active, and we see that in the trailer. And speaking of things seen in the trailer, we know that the sister location levels are also within this VR experience. Now, you may be asking yourself, why would there be a sister location level within a Pizzaplex experience? Well, if I'm remembering correctly, the original teaser trailer for Help Wanted 2 showed us in the sister location elevator. But what else was in this specific elevator? Well, there was a interesting little thing on the wall. This right here, this is the Faz wrench thing from Five Nights at Freddy's Ruin. And this wasn't in the original sister location elevator. This is here for a reason. And the reason may be the Pizzaplex may have repurposed the sister location bunker, maybe making it a new attraction. They might have found it by digging down underneath the Pizzaplex to find the restaurant and then seeing it beside wherever they were building. After all, this blue light coming from the vents during the Mimic fight looks an awful lot like a sister location bunker, does it not? And of course, we know for a fact that the sister location bunker would have been around the same area as the Pizzaplex. It's a pretty well-known theory that the FNaF 6 location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place, was originally Fredbear's Family Diner. And from what we remember from FNaF 4 and FNaF Sister Location, there was a map given to us. A map that showed us the Sister Location bunker is directly below Fredbear's Family Diner and the FNaF 4 house. And given that information, we see the FNaF 6 location in Security Breach and Ruin, and in Ruin we see a Fredbear cutout. It would explain the Fredbear's posters being left around the Pizzaplex as well. It's merely showing us the remnant of what it once was. After all, a common theme in the entirety of the FNaF story is endings and beginnings. William Afton luring kids into a safe room and stuffing them into suits. And then we have the kids luring William Afton into a suit in the safe room and stuffing him into a suit. William Afton killing Charlie as his very first victim. And then in Fazbear Frights, Charlie is finally the one to end William Afton, once and for all. I could go on and on and on about these sorts of parallels in the FNaF story. Even Henry and Edwin. I don't think they're parallels of each other, but I do think they're complete opposites of each other. But that might be for a video for another time. Continuing on with my idea that sister location is here and repurposed, plush babies. Plush babies are littered around the Pizzaplex, they're everywhere, and for some reason they seem alive at one point. And let's be honest, if Fazbear Entertainment sees this large, open entertainment space, what choice would they have other than to be greedy and repurpose it to be a new animatronic attraction? I think this sister location bunker is a legitimate place that is in the Pizzaplex now, and they're training employees to be dealing with them. Maybe they even recreated their own William Afton animatronics. But that we'll have to see in-game. My next few theories are pretty small. There's not a lot of proof for them. It's grasping at straws, in my opinion, but I wanted to throw them out there just in case. My personal favorite being Henry Emily is in this game. Based on the last footage we've got of the game from Steelwool on Twitter, we hear a familiar beep. During the very short amount of gameplay we get to see, we hear the connection terminated beep that's heard at the end of FNaF 6, right before the Henry speech. Now this may be grasping at straws, but it is a sound effect we all know and are very familiar with, and I would just adore to hear the Henry Emily speech in this game. Like, it's such an iconic piece of FNaF media at this point that I would be a little disappointed if it wasn't. And that's about all I have, other than just FNaF 6 seems to be in this. So that's about all we have for Henry Emily being in this game, and I'm crossing my fingers. And I'm hoping, I really am. My next theory is the guy in this new screenshot we got. It's a new animatronic that we haven't seen before, but he has the exact same design as Lefty. His nose proportions match Lefty's and not Rockstar Freddy's, so I have an interesting idea about this that I've seen kind of blasted all over Twitter too, so it's not really my idea, but I wanted to throw it out there nonetheless. I think this is a new animatronic called Righty, and throwing something new into the mix that I haven't seen people really talk about is that he has blue cheeks and Lefty has like the red cheeks and they're kind of like opposites, but also the fact that it almost looks like a Chuck E. Cheese, like a classic Chuck E. Cheese painting kind of stand. And I just love the idea. Like, it looks like we're looking right. I love the idea that if we look left, lefty would be on the left side, and righty would be on the right side, and we'd be doing something in the middle, and maybe they'd be talking to us? I don't know. It's just a fun little idea I might have had, kind of based on that classic Chuck E. Cheese aesthetic. And it'd be interesting, I think. Now we get to the bigger theories. Tiger Rock. You saw him in the opening. You knew he was coming. Time for some mimicking. So far, obviously, we don't have too much to go off of. But the things we do have, I'm kind of confident in. For starters, Tiger Rock is the Mimic. Mimic 1. It's the program. Basically, it's another version of Glitch Trap. In the books, Tiger Rock was primarily featured in a specific VR game based on the Pizzaplex. He seemed to know very, very, very much about everything. Even to the point where Kai, the main character, made a single form of contact with him, a handshake, and suddenly the tiger seemed to know every little thing about him, even down to his Hawaiian heritage. Now where have I heard that before? A seemingly mind-reading animatronic coming into contact with the character in this game. Ding ding ding! That's right, in the PlayStation blog post, and I quote, "Lastly, thanks to the PSVR 2's eye tracking system, players will have their mind read by the fortune teller Mystic Hippo. A minigame has been built exclusively for the PlayStation 5 where players can challenge her ancient powers of perception. Pick a card, any card, and she'll peer through you to guess what it is. If you're also attuned with the supernatural, you can try to fool her, but I wouldn't hold your breath. She will also guide you through everything Help Wanted 2 has to offer." A mind-reading guide. Is that so? Hearing that for the first time, it kind of made me think. Tiger Rock seems to be a mind reader. He knew everything there was about Kai immediately. I'm curious as to who this Mystic Hippo is and if there may be a form of Tiger Rock, or just a completely new variety of the Mimic 1 programming. Another interesting correlation to Tiger Rock would be possibly seeing the storyteller tree or the fairy tale theater within the game. There's a very notable part within the original gameplay trailer for this game, which is the glitch that happens at a certain point in the video. We see something like a sun and some clouds before it cuts away the Music Man in a weird glitchy way. Now, I have no solid idea what this could be, but what if this is the fairy tale theater that the storyteller tree is said to be harnessed in? The storyteller tree that connects throughout the entirety of the Pizzaplex, making sure everything is connected to the Mimic 1 programming. The Tiger Rock head inside its hollow base. There's no solid proof for this at the moment, but it would be cool, and I want to see the tree. Though there is proof that there is something happening in this game, based on the original Dako gameplay video we saw from PAX. We see him look over for a moment in the Whack-A-Bon minigame to see a glitched out arcade cabinet in the corner. So we know for a fact now that there's some glitchy interference happening. Another very interesting point I would like to mention is in the Endo minigame. In this minigame, you're playing cards with this endoskeleton in the parts and service area. And he's hooked up to this weird wiry VR headset that just, it's strange. It looks like you're teaching them how to behave. But the reason I find this so interesting is again within this new footage we've got from Steelwool, in which we see a familiar icon of a brain popping up. Now this, for those unaware, is actually an unused icon from the Vanny mask in Ruin. Could this be some sort of strange mimic interference happening? Tiger Rock possibly? Mystic Hippo showing us something that maybe we shouldn't be seeing in the first place. It's hard to tell for now, but I really, really, really need more Mimic content and would adore seeing Tiger Rock in this game. So that's gonna do it for my new video. I just wanted to throw some predictions out there and see what would stick to the wall before it comes out tomorrow. I'm excited. Alright, I'll catch you all on the flip side.